I think the biggest surprise to me is I didn't expect MicroStrategy to be as aggressive and as successful at raising money as it has been and deploying capital into Bitcoin. So that's the big surprise to me. I really, 6 months ago, I felt like they're probably going to be an also ran, and the ETFs were going to be absolutely dominant. Like, I thought it would be like 10 to 1. Like, they're lucky to get 10% of the market. They actually had more inflows than the ETFs in the month of November, which was, pretty remarkable, I think.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, Fred Krueger, mathematician and visionary, will reveal why securing one whole Bitcoin by 2025 might be more critical than buying a house. Let's catch his insights to learn more.
We can't predict things out 4 years from now, right? And I think a lot of, MicroStrategy has there's no scenario where MicroStrategy is going to have any kind of liquidity crisis in the next 3 years. Zero. There's just none, right? They have a mountain of almost $50 billion of Bitcoin. They have $6 billion in debt. There's no scenario in which I could see. I mean, I guess if Bitcoin went down 90% tomorrow, that would be, they might have like a small problem. It wouldn't even be like a cataclysmic problem. They'd have a small problem in 3 years, right? They have a rock solid balance sheet right now for the next 3 years. Like, there's just no scenario. Now, why would anybody want to own it versus Bitcoin? Okay. I would sort of say the reasons were not completely convincing to me back in March, right? I don't know, remember we talked March, April, or something like that.
Around then, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you go back then, right, there was, some talk of this Bitcoin development company that they were planning on doing. It was very vague. We're a Bitcoin development company. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. You're going to develop apps for Bitcoin. You're going to develop an exchange. That's very unclear, right? And, you're placing a lot of faith in kind of Michael Saylor, it's the jockey. You're betting on the jockey, right? You're not betting on the horse. You're just saying, this jockey is he's gonna win the race somehow, right? And I think now, and really, I would say in November, we have some real evidence that they can do something different. So what did they do in November? They deployed $16 billion worth of capital, okay? And they did it, and they increased the amount of Bitcoin per share of MicroStrategy by 40% in like 30 days, right? And so, if you think about it, they increased the amount of Bitcoin that they had by 60%. They increased the amount of shares by 20%. The difference is that 40% is the yield of their Bitcoin, right? But, the fact that they were able to materially increase the amount of Bitcoin per share in a short period of time tells me that if all things remain equal, right? Like, if we don't believe that the multiple is going to contract, and we don't believe Bitcoin is going to crash, there should be another yield event where they're going to create more yield per share. And if the multiplier just stays at 2.5, price is going to go up relative to Bitcoin. It's a yield. It's a carry trade. They've heard about this yen carry trade. This is a much bigger carry trade. This is like a 30% per year carry trade. Now, again, I view it as a trade. I don't view it as like I'm getting married to MicroStrategy. I do sort of see a scenario, a year from now, 2 years from now, I don't know whenever we get into a bear market, I think that multiple could collapse, right?
Bitcoin's price dips in 2025 are expected to be brief and mild, driven by increasing institutional adoption and strong demand-side pressure, according to Bitfinex analysts. Their latest market report projects a minimum price target of $145,000 by mid-2025, with the potential to reach $200,000 under favorable conditions. This optimistic forecast underscores the transformative impact of institutional inflows on Bitcoin's price stability and growth trajectory. The analysts highlighted the role of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETF, as a key factor, with $36 billion flowing into US-based ETF since their launch in January. Holding over 1.13 million BTC, these funds represent one of the largest cohorts of Bitcoin investors. While some volatility is anticipated in the first quarter of 2025, the broader trend suggests sustained upward momentum supported by increasing global and institutional adoption. Some experts envision even higher long-term potential. Nick Carter from Castle Island Ventures suggests Bitcoin could approach the market cap of gold, reaching $900,000. Meanwhile, Bitfinex analysts point to the possibility of a peak around $339,000 if the market mirrors the 2021 cycle. Adding intrigue, speculation has grown around the United States, potentially establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a move that could redefine market cycles and further propel prices into uncharted territory.
Look, I think it traded there before just on the hope of that he will do something, right?
Yeah, okay.
It traded up to 2, right? Like there was a sort of premium. Again, there's a sort of like I'm betting on Saylor, right? Now, I think he's kind of delivered on kind of he's delivered the goods, that, I was a little skeptical. And I bought some in April, I bought some call options. It's like, I can't not bet on this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get some. No, I made a fortune on those call options, right? Because I timed the move really well, right? And so I took my profit, and then I was sort of out of the market for 2.5 weeks. And then, but during those weeks, I got a chance to really kind of crunch through the numbers of what happened in November. I'm like, holy cow. Like, actually, November was a really amazing month for the company, and, I'm like, I get it. I think this company, for the next 6 months, deserves. You should own Bitcoin. Yeah, MicroStrategy. You should, you don't want to not participate in this, for the bull market phase, right? Because I'm not even expecting the multiple to go up. You see, I'm just saying, multiple stays exactly where it is. I'm perfectly happy, right? I'm going to outperform Bitcoin by maybe 20-30%, which is like, okay, I'll take that, right? So, if I was more negative on Bitcoin, I would say, yeah, I'm going to be more defensive. I'll just going to get into Bitcoin. But if I'm constructive on Bitcoin for the next year, and I don't mind owning a little bit of MSTR along with my Bitcoin. So,
Ethereum is gaining momentum as it eyes new all-time highs, fueled by a strong rally that has pushed its price above $4,000. After climbing to a year-to-date high of $4,108 on December 16, Ethereum has gained 28% over the past 30 days and 82% over the year, positioning it just 18% shy of its November 2021 peak of $4,891. Accompanying this rise is a significant uptick in trading volume, which surged 30% to $42 billion, signaling robust market interest. One factor supporting Ethereum's upward trajectory is the decreasing supply of Ethereum on exchanges. On-chain data reveals that Ethereum balances on exchanges have hit an 8.5-year low, with only 9.2 million Ethereum available. Simultaneously, large holders, or whales, have increased their accumulation, collectively holding 57% of all Ethereum. This indicates strong confidence among major investors, further bolstered by record-high open interest in Ethereum derivatives, which has doubled since November. Institutional demand is also driving Ethereum's price momentum. Spot Ethereum ETF have seen consistent inflows, including a record $428 million in a single day, bringing cumulative inflows to $854.8 million for the week ending December 13. Analysts predict that Ethereum could surpass its all-time highs and enter a new price paradigm. While some set conservative targets around $6,000, others foresee Ethereum reaching between $15,000 and $25,000 by mid-2025, reflecting the growing optimism in Ethereum's market potential. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.